Hello and welcome to day 4 of the Control and Capacity series. This is the last day for this series. Today we actually have upper body, volume, and core. We're going to jump right into the examples that I have for you. You're going to have floor press to start off. You're going to be laying flat on the ground here. You're going to just be doing a press up to the ceiling. You're going to have 15, and you're going to rotate or alternate to the other arm. Okay, after that, you're gonna go into an overhead hold march. You're gonna hold the dumbbell above your head. You're gonna march in place, lifting those knees to make your thighs, your quads parallel to the deck. You got 30 seconds. You're gonna just keep marching and rotate to the other arm. 30 seconds each arm. Now, as an alternative for these overheads, for holding it, if you are unable to hold the dumbbell above your head or your arm gets too tired from holding it, please do not attempt to keep holding it above your head. Just bring it down, hold it goblet style, and hold it right at your chest. You can do the march, okay? You'll just do a whole minute holding it in that position. Next is going to be bent over rows. Take whatever you have for equipment that is around waist level. I have a horse here. Same arm, same leg. That leg's gonna go back. You're gonna bend over and row. Bring that wrist to your hip. You get 15 of these, okay? After that, you're gonna rotate to the other side. You'll do the other arm, doing 15. After you're bent over rows, you wanna go into lateral raises, lat raises. Taking your dumbbell, you're coming out to the side here. You got 12, then you're coming to the other arm. So I want to point out with the lateral raises, the lat raises, when you're coming up, some people come straight out of the 90. If you're having shoulder issues, shoulder problems, you don't have to come directly out of the 90. You can come out forward a little bit, give you another angle, come forward a little bit. You're not doing a front raise, you're still coming out to the side. So maybe 30 degrees when you're coming out. Also with your hand, a lot of people like to dump the thumb as if they're pouring something out. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can keep that thumb flat. You can even have it lifted up a little bit. This is to help with any shoulder issues that you may have, okay? Next, to finish off the main course is going to be a close grip push-up. Close grip push-up. What I like to do with my push-ups, take your dumbbell, put it down on the ground where your chest is going to come in contact. And it's going to be even better yet for the close grip because you can use that as a measurement point for your hand placement, okay? So what you can do, you can make a triangle and come around the end of the dumbbell here, and we can do our push-up. Bring your chest down to the dumbbell, pressing up, okay? To give you an alternative for the push-ups, you can go down to your knees to do your push-up if you're unable to do the regular version with your knees off the ground. To take note, if you do that, make sure you have some kind of padding for your knees so your knees aren't digging into the hard surface. So that's going to be the main course. You got 4 to 5 sets of that with a 30-second rest in between each set, okay? After all that, we're going to have our finisher. Our finisher is going to be a 1-minute plank. You're going to come down to your forearms. If you're unable to do it on your forearms because of the surface, you can go to a modified position, upper plank. You're going to do that for 1 minute. Then you're going to go into 20 sit-ups. 20 sit-ups. We're coming the whole way up. Okay, now what I like to do is involve the dumbbell. I'm gonna bring the dumbbell up with you. Lastly, we're gonna have flutter kicks. Your flutter kicks, you're kicking, right? But what I wanna do is with the dumbbell, take this, and you're gonna place it, raise it above your head as you do your flutter kicks. Now, with the flutter kicks, you're gonna do 30 seconds on that. So the finisher is a 1-minute plank, 20 sit-ups into a 30-second flutter kick, okay? So let's go right into our warm-up, and then we'll kick it off. For the warm-up, I want to start with arm circles. Starting with arm circles, we're gonna go forward, starting small. Start to make them larger. All right, take it back, start small. Make them larger. And relax. Next, we're going to jumping jacks. Give me 20 jumping jacks. Once you get your jumping jacks in, give me 5 inchworms. 5 inchworms. You can add the push-up at the end if you'd like. Give me reach up. All right, after those inchworms, let's get some arm swings. Shake it out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the workout. If you want to do a little bit more for your warm-up, recommend doing some high knees, butt kickers, just some other exercises if you want to add some more to your warm-up. All right, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Just as a reminder, for the main course of what we're going through, we got 15 floor press into a 30-second overhead hold march, 30 seconds each arm, so you got a minute in total. That's going to go into a 15 bent over rows. Just grabbing that equipment around waist level, 15 each arm. You got 12 lateral raises, lat raises, 12 each arm. And then that's going to take you into anywhere between 12 to 15 close grip push-ups, okay? Try to get 15 if you can, but if you can't, you got 12 on the low end for that. Again, 4 to 5 sets of that, 30-second rest, and then you also have your finisher. Finisher, we'll go over that whenever we get to it, okay? So let's jump into that first thing, which is going to be the floor press. We got 15 of these. And begin. And you get that 30-second rest in between each round. All right, second set. Begin. Third set. Begin. Something to consider when you're going through the floor press as we're going to the fourth set. When you bring your arm down, try not to let it rest on the ground. You can see my elbow going to hit. I almost bring it right up as soon as it touches the ground. So you just want to avoid having your arm resting on the ground in between each repetition. All right, going to our fourth set. Begin. All right, we're gonna go into our fifth set, the last one for this. Begin. All right, now we're done with the floor press. We're gonna go into the overhead hold march. You have 30-second hold each arm, so a minute total doing a march. All right, let's go into our first set, overhead hold march. You know what I gotta do is grab, you might wanna take your watch off, whatever timer you're using, take it off so you can hold it in your other hand. Or you can put it on the ground and watch it. Okay, ready? Begin. All right, relax. If you are unable to hold the dumbbell above your head or your arm gets too tired from holding it, please do not attempt to keep holding it above your head. Just bring it down, hold it goblet style, and hold it right at your chest. You can do the march, okay? You'll just do a whole minute holding it in that position. All right, we're gonna go into our second set. Begin. Switch. And relax. As you notice, as we're marching, we're not doing high knees, we're not going fast, we're going controlled. Again, the series is control and capacity. We want to control our body motion, we don't want the weight to control us. We're going to take control of how we go through these exercises, these movements, especially as we go into set 3. Get ready. Begin. Switch. And relax. Set 4. Begin. Switch. And relax. Gotta remind myself, do some hip openers for the warm up. All right, last set, round 5, begin. Switch. And relax. All right, good job with those. Getting those knocked out. You can keep your clock running because we got a 30-second rest here. We're gonna go into our bent over rows. We got 15 each arm. All All right, what I want you to do as you get ready for your first set, remember same arm, same leg going back. As we're going through these, I want you to be controlled as you go through your movement, okay? First set, begin. All right, second set. Begin. Really focus on that squeeze at the top. All right, as we go into our resting period for set 3, something else to take recognition of is as you go through your movement, I don't want you to have your elbow popping way out. Try to keep it close to your hip when you're coming through. You don't want it to come out. You want it to stay close and in. Wrist to hip, elbow, try to pull it towards your body as well. Let's get ready for set 3. Begin. All right, set 4. Let's get ready. Begin. All right, last round. Set 5. Begin. All right. Finishing up with the bent over rows. Next, we have lat raises. Lat raises are going to be 12 each arm. Okay, again, as you're coming up, you don't have to come out to do the full 90 being perpendicular from your body, right? You can come out 30, 45-degree angle, and your thumbs do not have to be pointing down, okay? Let's try to alleviate some shoulder issues. And let's do our first set. Of course, after you got 30-second rest. 12 each arm. Ready? Begin. All right, as you finish up that first set, something to take note of is, again, control capacity, right? Series name. We just want to remember as we're going through our motions, we're not going too fast, we're not losing sight of our control, right? So we're not going crazy, we're not trying to dip into it. What we're trying to do is make sure we're controlling the weight through the full motion, okay? All right, second set. Begin. Third set. Begin. Fourth set. Begin. All right. Set 5. Last one with the lat raises. Begin. Okay, now we are finished with the lat raises. Next is going to be the close grip push-ups. You got 12 to 15 push-ups each set. Again, take that dumbbell. I want you to place it in between where your chest is going to come down and touch the end of that dumbbell. First set. Begin. To give you an alternative for the push-ups, you can go down to your knees to do your push-up if you're unable to do the regular version with your knees off the ground. To take note, if you do that, make sure you have some kind of padding for your knees so your knees aren't digging into the hard surface. Second set. Begin. If you're questioning why have the dumbbell as a reference point, something that a lot of people like to do is say, hey, come down to my fist. If you have a partner, this is an excellent example of when you don't have somebody else to use the equipment that you got as a good reference point for you. Of course, it's a little bit higher, but it's going to suffice. All right, third set. Begin. Fourth set. Begin. Fifth set. Try to get my hands right. Begin. I barely got 15 on that, but 5 sets are down. So the main course that we just went through, that's finished. It's going to segue us into the finisher. We're going to start with a 1-minute plank that goes into 20 sit-ups, and then you go into a 30-second flutter kick. All right, go ahead, get your timers ready. We're going to jump right into a finisher. And begin. And relax. Okay, 20 sit-ups. Take your dumbbell. I'm going to put it on our chest. I'm going to go through 20 sit-ups. All right, begin. Now we get the 30-second flutter kick. Ready? Begin. I had this set for 30 minutes. That didn't help. Okay, second set. You got the 1-minute plank. Ready? Begin. Try to focus on those hips. Engage in your core. We don't want our hips too high. We don't want it too low. Try to think you got a piece of wood that's going from your shoulder blades down through your calves. And it's all just one single piece. and relax. Keep the timer going. And get ready for the sit-ups. The sit-ups, you can add, if you want it more advanced, you can add a press at the top. So when you come up, you can have your dumbbell in the middle here. You come up and you press. You can do that as well. Okay. I should have just kept going, but it's all right. Begin. Next are the 30-second flutter kicks. That first set, I had it for 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try to get you guys a better timer on this. Get set. Get ready. Begin. And rest. Last set. Last set for the finisher. And then we'll do a cool down at the end. Okay, let's get ready. Begin. and relax. Now we got the 20 sit-ups. And begin. All right, last thing are the flutter kicks. 30 seconds and you're done. All right, get ready? Begin. And relax. I'm going to go into a cool down since we're already down on the ground. I want you to go ahead, spread, and go down the center here. I hope you guys enjoyed this version here. Again, the upper body, volume, and core. I hope you enjoyed the whole series. The whole series, again, was about control and capacity. We were doing slower movements, doing a lot more pauses throughout the series when it came to a movement. Either you pause at the top, somewhere in the negative phase. We just have a lot more control, a lot more focus in regards to the movements that we're doing. Go ahead, relax. Let's go to the left. Let me know what you think. If you did like the series that we just did, control and capacity, the next series that we have, it's going to be a little bit more similar to that first series with the HIIT. I'm actually looking really forward to that. Go ahead, relax. Go to the right. And again, let me know what it is that you're looking for. Is it something that you're training for? Are you trying to lose weight? You want more conditioning? Do you want something where, hey, I got no equipment at all? Can you give me some workouts that don't even require a dumbbell? So a lot of these workouts that we do, you don't even need to use a dumbbell. So I encourage you to go back, check out the other videos, because you can do them without a dumbbell as well. So some of it is like curls, so maybe you do need a dumbbell, or you could just use some other equipment that you got laying around to suffice. Go ahead, relax. Let's go back to the middle. When I do these, I'm using a 20-pound dumbbell. Let me know how much weight you're using, because I am curious to know if some people are out there going crazy with a 40 or a 50-pound dumbbell and show how to do it better, I guess. Heck, weight doesn't mean everything though. You can have people do a 10, half the weight that I got, and get twice the amount of work and be twice the size of me. So weight is not everything. go ahead, let's relax from the middle. Let's go into a butterfly stretch. If you are a lot like me and not flexible enough to sit on the ground for this, you can go ahead into a modified position, which is coming up on your toes and pressing out. Just putting that weight on your palms, letting your elbows press out. And relax. Another thing too that I want you guys to focus on is the stretching. It's something I want you to consider or to think about is the amount of time that you're doing your stretches. If you want any kind of benefits out of your stretches, do a minimum of 2 sets for 20 seconds. I go through these stretches really, really quick, so just keep that in consideration when you're doing your stretches. Okay, let's go ahead, let's come up, and let's go into our quad stretch. I'm going to take the equipment that I used for the bent over rows. I'm going to do a quad stretch. As I'm doing the quad stretch, I'm focusing on my hips. I'm pushing my hips forward. I'm going to show you here in a second what I'm talking about. Relax. Switch over to your other leg. As we do that, I'm going to show you. I'm going to push my hips forward. So imagine you got a piece of string and you're pulling your hips forward, and I'm pointing my knee down, straight down. You can also try to keep your thighs together, but really focus on keeping that knee pointing straight down and those hips coming forward to get a little bit more of a stretch. Let's relax. What I want to do next is a cobra stretch. But the cobra stretch, what I like is instead of coming up on the palms of your hands and pushing up and looking to the sky and putting a lot of torque on your spine, like coming up like this, like a lot of people do, I just want you to come down to your forearms. When you come down to your forearms, I just want you to bring your chest up and out. So you're bringing it up and you're pushing it forward. You can feel the stretch. You can also pull back with your forearms as you're bringing your chest up. And relax. You get a little bit more of an effective stretch when it comes to the cobra stretch, seal stretch, whatever you want to call it, for doing that without putting so much torque on your spine. Okay, I'm going to finish the cool down with a hip flexor stretch. You're going to go into a lunge, resting your knee on the ground, and you're going to press your hips forward. And relax. Again, do 2 sets of 20 seconds minimum to get some real benefits. Again, I'm going through these a lot faster, so we're going to switch to the other side, and we're going to press those hips forward. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more here. Something I keep asking is, what else do you guys want to see? I want to know if there is something that you're training for. If you got a goal, what are your goals? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you training for an event? Are you just focusing on conditioning? Are you focusing just on strength? There are a lot of different things that I can tailor workouts, tailor a series to, because you're probably not the only one out there that's really trying to benefit yourself for whatever it is you need. even if you're training for an event, I'm willing and I'm guaranteeing other people can benefit from exactly what you're training for, because they're probably doing something very similar, or the exercises can benefit whatever it is that their goals are. And let's relax, come back. Again, I want you to think a little bit more and consider the stretching that I was telling you about earlier. 2 sets for 20 seconds at least. That's gonna give you benefits in the long run, the short run. And like I said, let me know what it is that you think and what it is that you're looking for. I would love to be able to tailor some series for you, okay? But I'm gonna leave you with this. Did you drink enough water today?